a traditional wedding involves the bride being walked down the aisle by her father. For Sarah Turner, that wasn't the case. The local, who now resides in Calgary with her now husband, Kevin Lanny, and their twin boys, arrived at her wedding at the Bush Plane Museum on Saturday afternoon in an interesting fashion on a beaver float plane flown by her father, who's a pilot. On TV was there and caught up with Turner before the ceremony.
So my dad, Earl Turner, has been an aviation professor at Sioux College for can't even tell you how many years, since before I was born. Dad's been an aviation professor at the college, and he retired this year, and so the Bush Plane seemed like a really great venue, and I couldn't think of any better way than to come in on a float plane with my dad. What better way for a pilot to bring his daughter to her wedding day?
Challenges we may encounter together. I promise to let you see some of the emotion that I had from the rest of the day.
Over 200 motorcycle enthusiasts revved their engines at Reggie's West on Saturday morning for the 5th annual Ride for Arch, raising $15,000 for the local hospice. This year's event featured vendors such as Skin Deep Tattoos, who were doing dragonfly tattoos for the cost of $50. The dragonfly, by the way, is the symbol of Arch. Doghouse Custom Paint, who was doing airbrush tattoos, as well as prizes, giveaways, and music from local bands. On TV was there and went along for the ride.
We are celebrating our 5th annual special edition Ride for Arch, and we are going to go on a bike rally for about an hour and a half, and when we come back we have outdoor festivities all day all night. Our first year we had no fundraising experience, and now we are pros. Everybody in Sault Ste. Marie is touched by the Arch, or a family member or somebody they know has passed away, so we wanted to honor their memories, and we wanted to just show respect, and it is for a great cause. Bike route is Wallace Terrace to Gooley, to 4th Line to the Arch Loop, where the nurses, PSWs, will bring some of the patients and out to wave to us or stand by the window. And then we go out to Great Northern Road, 2nd Line, Black Road, Trunk Road, stop at the Husky for 5 to gas up. We take Garden River to honor Tyrone Soulier, who had passed away at the Arch, which was Alex's original bass player. And we take the double highway back, following Wellington East, Wellington West, down to Core Road, and then the festivities start. My grandmother passed away at the Arch. Alex's bass player, and one of Alex's childhood friends, best friend, is in there right now.
Well, I'm part of the committee, and I take care of the lovely stage back there. We got all kinds of bands today. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. My wife and I just got on board on the committee this year, but I've always ran the stage pretty much since day one. This is a great event. Are you kidding me? This is for people at their end of life, to give them comfort, and it's people like us that actually keep that place running. So it's really, really important. I mean, let's face it.
Ontario will move ahead with its controversial municipal funding cuts for public health and childcare next year. Premier Doug Ford is expected to make the announcement later today at a gathering of municipal leaders in Ottawa. His office says Ford will announce that the funding changes will go ahead on January 1st, 2020. The Progressive Conservative government tried to force retroactive funding cuts this year, but had to cancel them after municipal leaders complained their annual budgets had already passed. The new plan will see all municipalities, including Toronto, pay 30% of the public health care costs. Under the initial plan, Toronto would be on the hook for 50% of the cost. Starting on January 1st, municipalities will also have to pay 20% of the cost of creating new childcare spaces, which the province previously fully funded. Ford is also expected to announce changes to land ambulance funding at the Ottawa gathering. The Tory government has said the funding cuts are necessary in order to tackle the province's $11.7 billion deficit. Chinese officials accused Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland of meddling in China's internal affairs yesterday after her weekend statement condemning violence in Hong Kong in the wake of escalating tensions between pro-democracy protesters and police. Freeland made the remarks in a joint statement issued on Saturday with her counterpart in the European Union, Federica Mogherini, urging restraint amid a rising number of unacceptable violent incidents. In a joint statement, the pair said that it is crucial that restraint be exercised, violence rejected, and urgent steps taken to de-escalate the situation. That statement prompted the spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Canada to fire back, calling for Freeland to immediately stop meddling in Hong Kong affairs and China's internal affairs. They noted that the one country, two systems principle, the framework the city has operated under since the former British colony was passed to China in 1997, is a national policy, not international law, and suggested it wasn't Freeland's place to comment. The embassy also defended the actions of Hong Kong police, saying the protests deteriorated and evolved into extreme violence. A national not-for-profit land trust says it has expanded a conservation area on a Lake Huron island that has large forests and a long stretch of undeveloped shoreline. The Nature Conservancy of Canada says the portion of land it now protects on Coburn Island, west of Manitoulin Island, is 107 square kilometers, twice the size of Bermuda. It says the island has one of the largest hardwood forest ecosystems in southern Ontario and is a vital breeding area and stopover site for migratory songbirds and waterfowl. The NCC says the island is also home to many mammals and has rivers and creeks that support several species. The organization had already protected more than 60% of the island and launched a campaign back in March to expand the conservation area. It plans to conduct biological surveys to learn more about the island and look at removing invasive species in the area.